My name is Aimee Charlton. I'm the National Director of Learning Advancement at Best Friends. I have a master's degree in education, and what a joy it has been for me to be able to take my educational background and blend it with my love for animals and also my love for people. One of the reasons why I feel so passionately about the work that we're doing on this particular team, where, by the way, we believe learning lives forever, and where we're in the business of saving lives at Best Friends. What a great tagline to have that associated with our department. We believe that there are principles and standards that can be universal across the United States, and we have built courses that talk and teach those principles that lay the foundation for those eventual professional standards which don't exist today. I'm in this business because not only do I love the animals, but I love the humans who love those animals as well. And I think that all of us deserve opportunities to develop ourselves professionally and have clear pathways within the field of animal services. The Learning Advancement team started in the early days of 2018 with just 2 employees and 1 volunteer to get this started. We built a prototype of what some of the content could look like for an executive level program for animal services professionals. In July of 2019, we launched that program. Only a year later, and several months later after that, in September of 2019, I was sitting in the audience at Southern Utah University as our CEO, Julie Castle, was being honored. And I had a light bulb moment, realizing our dream to have our programs that we were building backed by a university could easily come true, where we have a university right in the backyard of the sanctuary in Cedar City, Utah. Why not them? So we approached the university, and only a few months later, in December of 2019, we were able to sign an agreement and collaborate with them to have the executive level certification program that we had created now have an option to move into an academic degree. We curated a master's degree program that we'll talk more about later that those credits can move into. And now we went from having 1 program to having 7, which you'll also hear more about. The reason we created these programs is to be able to codify the proven practices, the principles that are life-saving-first focused for not only executive level professionals, but all levels within the field. Animal services policies, procedures, laws, and programs vary wildly from city to city and county to county. There's a lack of clarity around what success should look like. That's the problem that Learning Advancement is solving for. Currently, standards can be informed by elected officials with political agendas or lack thereof, personalities, opinions of leadership, and the status quo, rather than the tenets of a well-defined professional discipline. What does Learning Advancement do? Our mission is to provide contemporary animal services educational opportunities. And ultimately, our vision is to reinvent the profession by building a new standard of excellence to not only achieve no-kill 2025, but beyond, and to create those standards that will help all of the organizations and all of the animals that flow into those organizations across the United States. How are we going to do that? Well, building those courses that we've been talking about and that you'll hear more specifics on in just a moment was the foundation we wanted to lay so that those proven practices could be codified and could be available to all those who are part of the profession now. We also know that that's not enough. We're going to take those courses and we're going to couple them with academic research. And we will centralize those things together in a center of contemporary animal services. Don't think about a building. It could be an online center where first all of our learning and research is housed and compiled. And the centralization and blending of our industry expertise and academic research is the key to moving towards our ultimate goal of establishing a professional discipline. Our current certificates and courses include, at the very foundation, Principles of Contemporary Animal Services certificate course, which is online 7 weeks and open to the public and intended for anyone interested in the history of and the current state of animal welfare. It can be moved into a degree at 3 credits and is a really great place to start. We have a specialty course, Running a Life-Saving Animal Sanctuary, which is also worth 3 credits if you'd like to move it into a degree. This one is a little bit longer. It lasts 3 months. All the coursework is done online. And then at the end, you're able to have an interactive visit at the Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab, Utah. We took inventory from our students and feedback from them about the fact that these busy professionals could really use learning in more bite-sized chunks. So we innovated with Southern Utah University and created 3 micro-credentials that include Studies in Contemporary Animal Services, which is more about the programmatic aspects of animal sheltering, and also gets into different career opportunities within the field, which is something new that we've never had before. We also have 2 species-specific courses, Dog and Cat Life Saving. So between the 3 at 1 credit each, if you were to take all 3, you could end up with a certificate in Contemporary Animal Services Foundations, and that certificate can move into a degree at 3 credits. We also have both of our leadership certification courses. These 2 are equally 6 months in length. The difference between the 2 is that the management leadership is for middle level management. It's all online with weekly cohort calls. And the executive leadership certification is for your top level leaders. And with this one, there are 2 in-person opportunities, a kickoff and a midpoint. So it's more of a hybrid model, both of which are worth 6 credits that can be moved into a degree. For those who might be interested in what the various degree opportunities are, you can see here that we have a master's degree in interdisciplinary studies where Best Friends and SUU collaborated to create a concentration in contemporary animal services. So as part of that MIS degree, you can choose 2 to 3 concentrations, and contemporary animal services leadership is one of them. We also knew that the master's level wasn't a level that everyone was ready to be at. Therefore, we knew it was time to make sure we had a curated suggested degree plan for an online degree as well that's at the bachelor's level. We have curated a general studies degree that is designed for animal services, where individuals who have taken some of our other animal services courses and certifications can move those courses into this degree as their electives. It's accessible and all online and at a very reasonable price point. As far as what's coming up, we are working very closely on getting to 2025 and creating opportunities for our alumni who has already graduated from our courses to come back into another course that can help them get to their destination of 90% benchmark life-saving save rate. We also have a shelter medicine leadership certification that we're interested in creating, and down the line, a veterinary tech program as well. As you can see, learning advancement at Best Friends Animal Society has some pretty big plans. Change is on the horizon. We're seeing it all across the United States. And we know that when we know better, we do better. And that ultimately, change happens due to the fact that we continue to learn. So we hope that you will join us and believe in the philosophy that learning does live forever and that it can be a contributor to social change. And in this case, the movement of creating no-kill municipalities and organizations that end the killing of pets in shelters across the nation. We hope that you'll join us by either jumping into one of our courses, getting your degree, and potentially even contributing to research that backs these life-saving-first focused policies, principles, and programs that these courses as the foundation are all about. We hope you'll be a part of it with us. We're excited. Let's lead the way. Let's do this.